I read recently that someone purporting to be Amos Yee's mother, Mary Doe, wrote on Facebook that Amos Yee has not contacted her for 3 months and there has not been any activity on his social media for the past 2 months. And she's asking for help to locate Amos Yee because she's obviously worried. So I checked out Amos Yee's blog, Facebook and Twitter, and the last post was on Twitter on the 23rd of January 2016, and therefore today being 6th of April, it means that Amos Yee has not posted anything for about 2 months and a week, 2 weeks, 2 months and 2 weeks. For Amos Yee, this attention-seeking, narcissistic little brat to be completely silent on social media could only mean that he is physically unable to post. The most plausible and benign reason is that he is unable to post because he doesn't have his laptop anymore. Most likely he sold it for money. The other reason, which is what I think Mary Doe is most worried about, has something untoward happened to Amos Yee, which is not entirely impossible. Maybe, he fell down, slipped his, broke his neck. Maybe he fell ill. Meningitis is known to occur. Maybe somebody tried to rob Amos Yee and accidentally kill Amos Yee in the process. The worst case scenario is Amos Yee encountered some psychopathic sexual predator, who raped and murdered Amos Yee. Who knows what happened? But obviously, the most plausible reason is Amos Yee is just hiding out somewhere and, sold off his laptop for money. Okay, the thing is that I would have thought Amos Yee, who claims to love his mother a lot, would be considerate enough, at least with regards to her, to at least contact her, Mary Doe, via snail mail or maybe through a messenger. Maybe he calls Jolyon Wham or even Roy Nung or even Alfred Dotwell, his former attorney, lawyer, to relay a message to Mary Doe. But instead, just don't bother to contact your mom. Don't post anything on Facebook and Twitter and blog for 2 months plus. A normal person, or rather even a narcissistic person, would, hey man, I think you should at least contact my mom. Don't let her worry, right? But apparently not. Let's just assume that Amos Yee is alive and well and just can't be bothered to contact his own mother, whom he claims to love, to allay her fears and worries. Let's just assume that is the case. I suppose that's not really that difficult to comprehend because he's so, such a spoiled brat. And frankly speaking, while I do sympathize with Mary Doe because I'm a parent, I can imagine how worried I would be if I had a teenage son, who ran away from home. But I have to say that Mary Doe, you are the author of your own pain to a large extent. You have not disciplined Amos Yee. I can say that you have not disciplined Amos Yee throughout his growing up, throughout his childhood and up to now, because you can see from what happened in the public sphere that you do not discipline Amos Yee and you defend him and justify his actions no matter how blatantly wrong they are. Case in point, the most obvious case in point is what happened with Vincent Law. Basically, Vincent Law bailed your son out using $20,000 of his own money, while you refuse to bail your own son out, which speaks volumes. Then 10 days after 10 days, your son apparently broke the bail conditions, and then later even publicly accused Vincent Law of being a molester, basically being a sexual predator, only to withdraw the statement later, and then later write a blog to justify his actions. Right? You and Amos Yee basically claimed that Vincent Law abused his bailer status to coerce Amos Yee into meeting up every day and to have theological discussions, i.e. preach the gospel to him. While Amos Yee made it abundantly clear he didn't like it. And there was no need to meet up every day, as far as the bail conditions were. All he had to do was call or Skype or just basically keep in contact. I agree, if that's what you said was what Amos wrote was true, then Vincent Law did act in a very underhanded and a downright unchristlike manner. But that does not give Amos Yee the right to throw such a serious accusation around, and then only to withdraw it later. It doesn't matter if you withdraw it, the very next day. These things are no joke. As a mother, as a responsible parent and adult, you should have first apologized to Vincent Law. First and foremost. You can tell your side of the story saying that this is what Vincent Law did. But you must apologize and you must discipline your son and make a public stand. Look, this is not right. You cannot accuse somebody of being a sexual predator. But what did you do? One, you asked Terry Shi, the Online Citizen editor, to write something to back up what Amos said. Amos Yee and Vincent Law basically met up and had a one-to-one talk. Maybe Vincent Law's son was at home also, but nobody could testify as to what happened besides Vincent Law and Amos Yee. You were not even around. Yet you want somebody to back up something that he can't possibly be sure is 100% true. Two, you found a definition of the word molest to justify Amos's use of the word molest. You said that molest is to annoy or to disturb. Probably a very, very old definition for God knows how long ago. 100 years ago, 50 years ago. When you know jolly well the modern meaning is to basically to sexually assault, sexually interfere with someone against their will. When you say Janet was molested by somebody, it doesn't mean that somebody threw a water bomb at Janet, or called her names, poked her on the shoulder and run away laughing. It means that somebody tried to kiss Janet against her will, tried to grab Janet's breast, tried to stroke her thigh. You know jolly well this is the modern meaning of the word, and yet you gave Amos Yee that definition. You are really, awful parent. I have to say this, you're awful parent. You cannot just let your son get away with these kind of things. Whatever he said about Lee Kuan Yew in a video, and then insult Christianity, insult Christians, that one, in a way, is not a big deal because nobody is forced to look at the video. I mean, Christians would have felt a bit blindsided by that video because there was no indication that he would insult Jesus. Right? And so that one to me is a very minor thing. You want to support him, you want to say, oh, this is freedom of speech. Okay, fine, go ahead. Whatever. But to condone your son making a false accusation just goes to show that you have lost the moral authority over him. Okay, you have failed him as a parent. He has no respect and consideration for you because you do not discipline him, you do not call him out on his bullshit, you have no boundaries with him. He doesn't treat you like a parent. He treats you like he just manipulates you. I can imagine he manipulates you like don't know, like crazy when he was growing up. Oh crabby, man, let me get away with everything. He is the way he is, from what I can see, is largely because of you. You do not discipline him. There's a Chinese saying, 慈母多败儿. You are the classic example of 慈母多败儿. That's all I have to say.